GG. Behind me. Behind me.
Oh no. Don't fall. Down.
Nice.
Agent down. Agent. Hero is returning to base. Serious trauma. Retrieving. Rogue agent eliminated.
You failed!
Look at this dude.
Hostiles. Guarding location nearby. Rogue agent eliminated. Hero is headed back. Now detecting contaminated gear.
Oh my god.
Okay. No more.
Rogue agent neutralized. Hero is on site. Rogue agent eliminated.
Hey, yo, we're back with another video. Yes, there's no rapping for today, because Ethan said I'm not allowed, so I'm just going to keep it as that. Innit, Ethan? Okay, so let's get straight into the build. This build is my Police M4 Perfect Spotter build. This is a 212-7. So, there's two ways to run this build, but first I'm just going to show you the main way I run it, and then I'm going to show you the other way. Okay, so for the main weapon, we're using a Police M4. It's got 18.6k damage on it, and it's got 850 RPM. It's got about 48 in the mag, so nearly 50 bullets, so it's pretty good. For the main talent, we're using Measured. Now, Measured, in the old patches, I wouldn't suggest this talent at all. It just didn't feel right. But with this build, it does work really well with this build. Like, I've never really used this talent, but I've come across it. I thought, let me try it out, and boy, this hits mad. So, the top half of the magazine has 20% rate of fire and minus 15% weapon damage. But the bottom half of the magazine has minus 20% rate of fire and 30% total weapon damage. We've got 20% magazine capacity there, which gives us that extra bullets. So for the chatterbox, you should know why I'm running this. While holstered, reloading your weapon within 5 seconds after a kill grants 15% rate of fire for 10 seconds. I'm literally using it for that, nothing else. So let's get into the gear pieces. I'm running 3 Giller Guard, 2 Alp Summit and 1 Fenris. The Fenris, I'm using it for the 10% assault rifle damage, and you'll see why for the others now. Giller Guard mask, it's got perfect spot on here. And the attributes, we got 6.9k health and kill, which I would like to switch out for health instead. 51% hazard protection on there as well. And for the talents, we got perfect spotter. We got 20% weapon damage to post enemies. Now, if you want to use this talent, you got to use a scanner. So that's what I've been using, or any other post that works for you will just, trigger this talent. For the mod slots, the utility mod slot, we got 134 skill power in here, 1% explosive damage, and the XP kills doesn't really matter here. So if you run 3 Giller Guard, you get 5% total armor, you get 20% hazard protection, and you get 15% post skill power. So yeah, this just works out with this build like 100%, because we want that armor and we want that hazard protection, and on top of that, for this talent, we want the post skill power. So it just works well. For the chest piece, we're running an Alp Summit chest piece. We got 2, as I said, so which gives us 20% skill haste and 10% skill power. So for the attributes, we've got 41k armor and we got 30% total armor here as well. For the talents, we're running Bloodsucker. Depleting an enemy's armor adds a stack of 25% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Max stack is 6. So for the mod slots, we've got defensive mod slot and a utility mod slot, and another defensive mod slot. When you're using defensive mod slots, you want to make sure you get total armor percentages on them, so because that does really boost up your armor. But these ones I have here aren't really good. I want to have at least 5k armor with about 3% total armor on each one, because that will help my armor go up more. For the holster, we're running a Fenris holster, which gives us 10%, as I said, 10% assault rifle damage to my build, as my build doesn't have a lot of damage onto it. So for the attributes, we've got 236 skill power and we've got 16k health on there. For the unique talent, we're running Devastating, which is 5% weapon damage onto the build. Again, this is just another 15% weapon damage onto the build. So for the knee pad, we're running the Alp Summit knee pad. The attributes are 360 skill power. For the talents here, unique talent, we're running Empowered, which is 20% skill power added onto the build. Now the reason why I'm running skill power on here is because I want to hit that 7, and you'll see why I want to get to 7 in a second. Because of the utility mod slot gives me 1 utility, and then the attribute gives me 1 utility. That's 2 on 1 knee pad. So this is the reason why I'm running it like this. You'll see why after. So you got defensive mod slot there and a utility mod slot. Again, total armor on there, as you can see. For the glove, running a compensated Giller Guard glove. Now the attributes, you got 7k health and we got 11% assault rifle damage. I would like to get that to at least 13%, but I just haven't had any luck because this game does not like me. For the talents, running a compensated, weapon damage is increased by 10% when your critical hit chance is below 20%. So some people might say, I don't like to run this build because I like my critical hit chance high. That's fair enough. You can, switch up this build and don't use compensated then, but literally this helps me and I like to use it like this, so this is how I'm going to use it. For the utility mod slots, I'm running 136 skill power on there as well. Some of you might say, oh, this build was like back into Title Update 4 or Title Update 5. Yes, I uploaded this build ages ago. This was like the meta that everyone was going for, and I just thought I'd, you know, try it out again, and it still does pretty well. So for the bag, Gila Guard bag, this bag, you know, the only reason I'm using it is because of the attributes, because of the armor attributes. So we got 18.5% total armor, and we got 21k armor, and we got 1% weapon damage, which doesn't really, you know, do anything, but you know, it's just there. So for the talents, we're using On the Ropes. Now this talent requires 7 or more utility. That's the reason why I was trying to run as much as utility muscles as I could, because weapon damage is increased by 15% while all skills are on cooldown. So say if all your skills go on cooldown, that's it. Because of that, you got now 15% weapon damage for that whole time. So that's what does really help with this build. So for Harden, we've got 15% armor on here, the unique talent, which puts up our armor. And we got a utility muscle and a defensive muscle. So the main reason I went with this build like this is because the scanner, as soon as I pop the scanner, that's perfect spotter. And I've got a heal here, which does really help. Now there's 2 ways you can run this build. You can run it like this, or you can run it like this. Now this second way is literally just I replaced a knee pad. I put another Gila Guard piece, which gives me our 16k armor, and the talents we got cloaked. When your armor is depleted, nearby enemy skills are destructed for 10 seconds, can occur every 30 seconds. The reason I've done it like this is because sometimes I feel like, oh, this skill is not going on cooldown, what's the point of having, you know, 7 utility? So I bumped it down to 5, which still allows me to use perfect spotter, as it says 5 or more. And you know, I've got cloaked on here as well. On top of that, my armor's gone up to a 497k from 454k. So that's why I like to run it like this as well. So I run it in 2 ways. You can run it however you want, but this is the 2 ways I run this build, literally. So yeah. So let's go back to the main one, as I'd like to show you the stats. So for the stats, we've got 18k weapon damage on there. We've got 0% quick chance for that compensated. And we've got 55% weapon damage here for the headshot. I know you guys like to see the hazard protection. Hazard protection got 71%, which is kind of bad, but at least it's something, you know. At least it's something, because you know you don't want to have 0% hazard protection in this patch, because you'll just get shredded. But yeah, so yeah, that's the main stats I like to show. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I've got an LMG clutch build video coming very soon, so this build is mad. I'm gonna drop this soon, probably by the middle way of next week. Keep them notifications on, make sure they're on, because he's watching you, and if they're not on, trust me, when he sees you in the dark zone, he's gonna pressure you. But yeah, anyway man, thanks for the support on the channel recently. I really do appreciate it. All the new subscribers has just been mad. So yeah, see you later.